On the news tonight, Anambra State House of Assembly extends tenure of local government transition committees to 3 months. UNICEF commences assessment of public facilities affected by flood in the state. On national matters, CBN directs banks to start paying payments of new Naira notes over the counter. On the foreign scene, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro visits Morocco to mend ties after tense relations. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Anambra State House of Assembly has renewed the tenure of the Transition Committee chairman of the 21 local government areas in the state for another 3 months. The House extended their tenure in line with Section 208 of the local government law as requested by Governor Chukwuma Soludo during the plenary. House of Assembly correspondent Chukwuma reports.
Speaker of the House, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, read out their confirmation while the House supported it through voice vote.
Those that want this resolution to form a working tool of this Honorable House say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Right Honorable Uche Okafor charged the local government's transition committee chairman to sensitize their people on the need to collect their permanent voter cards from the INEC office in the 21 local government headquarters across the state to enable them vote in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. The speaker asked them to do more to attract the dividends of democracy to their people to alleviate their sufferings.
The election is fast approaching. You have a very great job to do, and one of those is to sensitize your people to make sure that they collect their PVCs.
In a vote of thanks, the Transition Committee Chairman of Ayamelum Local Government Area, Chief Livinus Onyenwe, assured that they will live up to expectations, while the Transition Committee Chairman of Orumba South Local Government Area, Prince Neville Uchendo, commended the House for confirming him for another tenure and the Governor Chukwuma Soludo for constructing the Ufuma Awa Ndiukwenu Amansi Road, adding that the period he has piloted the affairs of the local government as chairman, the council had recorded entered development.
We are very, very happy and we want to say thank you all. We also wish and pray that all of you that are vying for various positions in this forthcoming election will also win the election.
Supporting the motion for adjournment, the Deputy Speaker, Dr. Pascal Abodike, called on the federal government to obey the appeal court ruling by releasing Mr. Nnamdi Kanu to arrest agitations in the southeast. Dr. Abodike also urged members of the National Assembly of the Southeast Extraction to use their positions to secure the release of Mr. Kanu and address the insecurity in Anambra State and all parts of the Southeast to make the areas safe, as most people of the Southeast have deserted the area due to insecurity.
Most of the places in Igbo land today, especially my local government, are being turned to ghost communities. You won't even see anybody there. Most of the things that are so popular there is releasing Nnamdi Kanu, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Federal government should please release him.
From the State House of Assembly, Chukwuemeka Modelem, ABS News.
About 6 kilometers of roads in Okpoko, Ogbaru Council area are to be completed before 17th of March this year. The site engineer, Engineer Chima Iziako, confirmed this at Awalite Street, Okpoko, while interacting with ABS Works correspondent Ngozi Obileri, who monitored pace of work of the road. Correspondent Ngozi Obileri has details.
when you open the other side, you will see there are some places we didn't open it yet, but this one we will see. It's open now, you see.
With a tour of affected communities in Anambra State, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has commenced a technical assessment of damages done to some water and sanitation facilities in public schools, markets, primary healthcare centers, and other public places during the 2022 flooding. While some water facilities are undergoing repairs by UNICEF local area mechanics to provide potable water to the affected communities, other sanitation facilities will be repaired after the assessment tour. Our correspondent, Chubuzo Obidike, filed the report.
Mentor also aimed at preventing open defecation and cholera outbreak in the affected areas, where officials from the Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Agency, RWASA, and other technical partners. In her remark, a resource person supporting RWASA in flood-affected places, Mrs. Oluchi Mwankwo, said that a total of 83 facilities in 7 local government areas of the state were adversely affected by the 20, noting that the assessment of the facilities and eventual repairs will make it possible for students to continue to learn in a conducive environment, as well as help to ensure the safety of the lives of users of such facilities. A third-party consultant to UNICEF, Engineer Chinelo Ezema, also explained that open defecation and cholera can be prevented if the facilities required are provided, adding that donor agencies are usually interested in the affairs of the women and children. Contributing, the program manager of RWASA, Mr. Tochukwu Nwosu, appealed to the Anambra State government to support UNICEF in providing water and sanitation facilities in communities that did not benefit from UNICEF intervention scheme, adding that the most affected areas during the 2022 flooding were Ogbaru, Anambra East, Anambra West, Oka North, and Ayamelum local government areas, while Ihiala and Ekwusigo local government areas were equally touched.
The Wafo Rizal College of Education in Nsugbe has held its annual beginning of the year interdenominational prayer session. The prayer program saw the college auditorium filled with management, staff, and students of the institution. Education correspondent Queen Anibogu was there for ABS and reports that the program, which had Reverend Canon Christian Ifeonu and Reverend Father Benjamin Ode as officiating priests, featured processional hymn, Bible reading, praises, and music by the music college and Thanksgiving. Her report.
In his sermon, Reverend Father Ude told the gathering the importance of doing God's will in all they do. He commended the idea of beginning the year with God and explained that God expects the staff and students to do their work. He further advised the students to maximize their time in college, shunning truancy and exam malpractices so as not to destroy their future.
If you do not come for work, you do not attend to your work, you are not sick, please try this year to be sick in the school and do your work conscientiously. This is the beginning of the year. So I think we have, if we start well now, we have started well and we are going to end well. To the students, you are now looked upon as an adult, a wise adult, and a reasonable human being, and a major in the society. You have to determine your future. Attend lectures. Now it will be paying you. The time shall come when you will be glad.
In her remarks, the provost of the college, Dr. Ifeyinwa Osebo, thanked Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his support to them in their last accreditation process and disclosed that they've gotten full accreditation for their NCE program, while all the 15-degree programs will soon be fully accredited. The provost mentioned that one of the greatest challenges the institution faced last year was finance, which they were able to overcome, and listed their achievement to include accreditation of NCE programs, their students who were enlisted for NYSC, promotion of staff, paying of salaries, among others. Speaking on self-discipline and focus, Dr. Osebo commended the staff and students on their turnout at the program, calling for continuous cordial relationship among the lecturers, the students, and the heads of departments, saying that together they will achieve greater results this year.
We are here for our academics, and being here for our academics as the foremost thing we are here for. If you have that self-discipline I am talking about, whatever you want to do, try to become time conscious. I want to especially thank our dear governor, Mr. Solution, for his help towards us. The administration we did, the help he rendered to us during the last administration we did. We can never forget it easy.
Reverend Canon Ifonu led the prayer session, which includes prayers for the institution, Anambra State, and Nigeria's forthcoming election.
One of the social responsibilities of the church is to work with other religious groups to help keep peace and harmony in the community. But unfortunately, in Nigeria today, the church and its members seem to be the target of all forms of violence. According to SB Morgan Intelligence, in 2022 alone, about 39 Catholic priests were killed and 30 others adopted across Nigeria. Probably for this, the Catholic Church is seeking the assistance of the electoral body, INEC, and other masses to ensure a free, fair, and credible election devoid of violence. Our Abuja correspondent, Ekwe Ajide, has report.
According to the Secretary General Catholic Secretariat of Nigeria, Very Reverend Father Zachariah Sam Jumi at the Media Palace in Abuja, the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Nigeria had released a pastoral letter on the 2023 elections in Nigeria, focusing on decorum and discipline required for the free, fair, and credible conduct of the elections. The bishops reminded the citizenry that democracy cannot thrive in any society where the rule of law is frequently breached, and as such called on Nigerians to, irrespective of creed or tribe, participate fully in the electoral process, which includes registering, collecting their permanent voters card, voting, and protecting their votes to ensure they count. They also called on INEC to eliminate all obstacles that may impede the election, including guaranteeing that beavers will work on election day in all the 176,846 polling units across the country, as well as the efficient electronic transmission of results from the polling units, as it will engender transparency and ensure trust in the electoral process.
We wish to assure our people that despite the pervading gloom, the light of Christ can never be overcome. Like the people of God in the scriptures, Nigerians should be assured that though they live in darkness now, they will
country.
How we wish that society listens to our mission. Your role as media practitioners in a successful democratic process is non-negotiable. We know we can count on you as faithful partners.
Also speaking, the President Signis Nigeria, Reverend Father Patrick Alumuku, said the whole work of communication in the church in this century has become of great importance, especially with social communication becoming one of the pillars under which the Catholic Church in Africa is hinged, according to the just concluded African Synod.
Restructuring of the communications work in our nation, a work that should have been done maybe 20 years ago. And in trying to restructure the communications work now, is making it more effective.
In Abuja, Princess Ekwe Ajide reporting.
On national matters, the Central Bank of Nigeria has directed commercial banks to start paying the redesigned Naira notes to customers over the counter. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele said the new directive was to alleviate the challenges that Nigerians are experiencing with getting access to the new notes, as well as reduce queues at the automated teller machine nationwide. The CBN in a tweet assured Nigerians of the availability of the newly designed Naira notes. While there has been an outcry over the shortage of the new notes, the Apex Bank said it is working with stakeholders to address the challenge. CBN is committed to ensuring that the new Naira notes reach the hands of Nigerians as soon as possible. In collaboration with EFCC and ICPC, CBN has been carrying out bank branch spot check on ATMs. Federal government has dismissed the recent verdict on Nigeria by Transparency International, TI, which said the country dropped 5 places in the 2022 Corruption Perspectives Index. The government said it is not bothered by the verdict as TI is oblivious of the Buhari administration anti-corruption successes. It boasts that some of the government's legacy project has been facilitated with the funds known as Abacha loot, hitherto stolen and stashed abroad by a former Nigerian leader but returned to the country. This came against the backdrop of report that Nigeria scored 24 points while ranking 150 among 180 countries on the 2022 Corruption Perception Index released by TI, a development which has continued to stoke concern by Nigerians. Filing report or questions, Minister of Information Lai Mohammed downplayed the rating, saying the Nigerian government's fight against corruption is not at the whims and caprice of the global agency. The minister spoke after the Federal Executive Council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. On the foreign scene, Morocco's Prime Minister Aziz Anak welcomed his Spanish counterpart Pedro Sanchez ahead of a meeting in Rabat. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez is on an official visit to Morocco aimed at mending the ties following a deep diplomatic crisis between the two countries. He and a dozen Spanish ministers are set to meet top members of the Moroccan government. They are expected to sign some 24 deals, including Spanish investment in the kingdom and on partnership in areas from culture, education, and rail transportation. Spanish government sources said this visit came amid disputes over migration and territory and after Madrid reversed decade of neutrality on the Western Sahara conflict to back Morocco's position. Tensions were strained last year after the death of at least 33 sub-Saharan migrants who were attempting to cross from Morocco to the Spanish enclave of Melilla. In sport, 5-time world champions Nigeria must successfully negotiate a tricky Group B that include Morocco, South Africa, Zambia to be eligible for a spot at this year's FIFA Under-17 World Cup finals in Peru. At the draw ceremony conducted inside the Central National Amir in Adra yesterday, host nation Algeria bet in attrition with Senegal, Congo and Somalia. Cameroon, Mali, Burkina Faso and South Sudan make up Group D. Nigeria, who are champions of WAFU Group B zone and are coached by former Nigerian Under-17 FIFA World Cup winner Nduka Mbagde, will contest their game in the city of Constantine. Group A will make home in Algiers, while Annaba welcomes the team in Group C. All 4 top-placed teams at the tournament, now scheduled for April 29th to May 19th, will qualify to fly Africa's flag at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Peru later this year. That's the size of our package tonight, but remember that you can follow ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television Oka. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. The main point again, Anambra State House of Assembly has extended tenure of local government transition committees for another 3 months. UNICEF has commenced assessment of public facilities affected by flood in the state. CBN has directed banks to start payment of new Naira notes over the counter. And on the foreign scene, we told you Spanish Prime Minister Pedro has visited Morocco to mend ties after tense relations. Before we go, here is a special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for being there. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Good night.